Alright, 2 reds, 2 whites. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed that little cruise cinematic portion of the full flight. Welcome back to this episode. We're going to be taking a look at the entire descent, landing, and approach into Stockholm Arlanda International Airport. We're about 20 nautical miles away from top of descent, so let's go ahead and start entering our destination data within the MCDU. So, there we go. The MCDU is itself prompting us to enter the destination data. So let's go into the perf page, and let's navigate over to the approach phase. There we go. So the QNH for today is going to be, let me just check that real quick. So QNH for Arlanda International at the moment is 1025. So not too different from Oslo. That was 1026. This is 1025. The temperature is going to be 0 degrees. So it's not sub-zero, but it's not going to be too warm either. Wind at the moment, let me check where I can find that. So the wind is 340 coming at 8 knots. So 340 at 8 knots. There we go. Enter that in. Transition altitude for today's flight. Let me see the arrival procedure here. Transition altitude is going to be 5,000 feet. There we go. So let's go ahead and enter that in. And the decision height is going to be 200 feet. So that gives us a landing speed of 129 knots and an approach speed of 134 knots, which seems to be realistic given our fuel as well as payload parameters that we have entered into the flight. So it was a very beautiful cruise, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed it. Look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic. We have a high-level cloud layer here. Underneath that, we have some more clouds, and the shadows of these clouds are reflected on those clouds. This simulator is just a spectacle in and of itself. I just hope the SDK develops over the next few months or so, and the people who are calling the simulator a game, which I agree to their argument to a certain extent, but also disagree to it to a large extent. I hope they can be proved wrong. I hope I can also be proved wrong in that aspect. Alright, so we're around 4.7 nautical miles away from Milnu. At our jib, we're supposed to be, according to the flight log that I'm seeing here, we're supposed to be at around 18,600 feet. So let's go ahead and enter that altitude down in the altitude display over here. So let's go ahead and select 18,000 feet, and yeah, there we go. We've started to descend, and yeah, starting the descent at around 1,500 feet per minute, and yeah, should be okay. So we have around 14 nautical miles to descend about 15,000 feet. That's not bad at all. We should be able to do that just fine. I'll keep the seatbelt signs off for now because the rate of descent is actually quite okay. But if we need to descend a little bit more, or if there's going to be turns in our route, I'll go ahead and engage the seatbelt sign switch at that particular point in time. There we go. Looks good. Now we are pointing all the way down, which is a tad bit concerning, but that's all right. We'll also go ahead and brighten up these displays over here. Again, we're going to be heading into the into a thick layer of cloud as soon as we descend below the bottom layer. So all of these displays are then going to have to be turned down. But that's all right. Okay, so now the rate of descent is adjusting itself down to about 2,000 feet per minute. There we go. Looks good. Engine anti-ice as well as wing anti-ice are both turned on, but as you guys probably saw in the cruise cinematics, it still doesn't look very, very appealing. There's still quite a bit of residue, some snow accumulated, some icing accumulated on the wings on both sides, but that's all right. Nothing we can really do about it. I've covered this in the past, especially on our flight from Auckland to Wellington when we were doing that little domestic New Zealand hop, which, of course, you can check out in the full playlist link that I'll leave down in the description section of the video. Our aircraft just looks deceased, like it's dying of some cordyceps virus or some Walking Dead thing is going on to our aircraft, which it shouldn't, especially with anti-ice systems engaged. But yeah. It just doesn't seem to be able to fix itself, and Asobo really needs to come out with a fix to at least allow us to disable those icing effects on the aircraft frame if we don't want to see them. I would not mind just disabling those effects. Seriously. I don't like it. And I know a lot of people on the forums, especially on Facebook and Reddit, who are part of the Microsoft Flight Simulator groups, also seem to be on the same page when it comes to not liking these icing effects. But everything else about the sim, everything from the cloud surfing we're doing on these high-level clouds right now, looks absolutely splendid. Let's see what the performance is right now. I'm getting about 58 frames per second, which is great. It's great. I like it. All right, let's dial the range down a little bit here. We're gonna have a pretty tight arrival from what I can see here. So. That's about 60. So we're about 60 nautical miles from the airport at the moment, from what I can see. So our jib, then LTOC. At LTOC, we're supposed to be at around, 15,500 feet. And from there, we have Sierra Alpha 820, where we're supposed to be 13,200 feet. Then Sierra Alpha 854, where we're supposed to be 10,900 feet. And then after that, it's just following the standard terminal arrival onto a straight-in arrival into 01 left at Stockholm. I've pulled up all the charts and stuff like that, so I have all the information set here. Supposed to be 2,500 feet is our missed approach altitude for today, and that's also our glide slope capture altitude, so that should work out fine. Nothing more to enter in that respect. I'm also going to go ahead and now take a look at where we're going to be taxiing to. So we're going to be taxiing to gate 5 Alpha at Sweden. Not Sweden, Stockholm. Stockholm, Sweden, I guess, yeah. So let me just take a look at some parking stands. Let's see what we have here. Gate 5 Alpha. Where can I find that? This is a parking stand and arrival routes. Let's see if we have something here. No, we don't. We have gate 5, but I don't know if we have gate 5 alpha. I think we only have gate 5. So yeah, once we arrive, we basically vacate right. So it's at Pier A. So I'll leave a little sort of picture of what I'm looking at right now on screen. So we come into 01 left, then we vacate right, obviously, via any of the Yankee vacating taxiways. And then we turn around, I'll do a 180-degree turn and come all the way to apron Alpha Bravo. And then go on to Pier A, and then park at gate 5. That's the plan. We'll figure it out as we come along. Right now, let's just enjoy this this beautiful cloud surfing that is happening right now. We've managed to descend quite well here, so 21,500 feet. But we're going to be descending into this rather thick layer of clouds here. So I'm going to go ahead and engage the seatbelt sign switch so that the passengers as well as the cabin crew can sit their buttocks down and get ready for arrival. Traveling at idle speed. Look at that. Looks fantastic. I want to do more of these flights. So if you guys have any more recommendations for like 1 to 1.5 hour flights, leave it down in the comment section below. Especially in areas where there's going to be rough weather and stuff. It's absolutely fantastic to fly into these clouds. This looks real, man. This looks absolutely real. Alright, so the rate of descent is 2,400 feet per minute. And we continue to descend. So, as mentioned before, I'll go ahead and... Oops, sorry about that. We'll go ahead and set 15,000 feet down here. And I'm going to go ahead and engage the descent. There we go. And on the standby altimeter, we can also go ahead and set 1025, which is the local QNH at Stockholm. And we'll set the same on the actual altimeter displays over here as well, as we get closer to the transition altitude. There we go. Coming down to 18,000 feet. I don't know if we have any rain here. Let me see. Let me check the weather here. Now, the weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, or specifically the weather that is depicted within MSFS 2020, is normally a little bit behind the actual weather in real life. So right now, the METAR report says that the temperature is -2 degrees and it's cloudy. And it also says that there's snow. So there's a chance of snow, maybe. Oh, and our rate of descent is actually insane. So 3,100 feet per minute is what we're descending at right now. It's quite insane. Let's turn down the range here. 40 nautical miles. Sierra Alpha 854, just to confirm, we're supposed to be at 10,900 feet at that altitude. And then we have another 30 nautical miles or so to trek. So let's go ahead and... Oh, what just happened? I'm just going to set that to 10,000 feet. And we'll go ahead and give that control to autopilot. There we go. Continue descending. We're maintaining 290 knots. So I might have to take some control over the speed here. Let's get us down to about 270. There we go. And why aren't we descending here? Descend down, baby. Let's go. There we go. Again, I think the coding has not been done appropriately as of yet. It still compartmentalizes the two different aspects of descent, which is speed control and altitude control. So normally what tends to happen is that the aircraft will try to pitch the nose up to be able to reduce the speed, and at the same time try to, you know, descend the aircraft at the same time. But what happens with the A320 Neo mod here is that if I'm trying to reduce the speed and at the same time reduce to a lower altitude, what it ends up doing normally is that it does one first and then the other. So it'll first decrease the speed down to the desired speed, and then it will begin decreasing the altitude. So it doesn't understand how to do both at the same time. But yeah, it's alright. No worries. It's just like a little gripe I have with the mod that needs to be fixed. Also, another thing, we didn't engage the auto brake system. So the runway length is going to be 3,300 meters. So yeah, low auto brake should be just fine at the moment. And the performance seems to be absolutely splendid. I'm getting above 50 FPS, which is really great for flight simulators. Our position of our nose is still concerning, so I'm gonna get us down to 260 knots so that we can pitch our nose up a little bit here. Continue descending to 10,000 feet. Yeah, we're in the thick of this. This reminds me of that Helsinki landing we had, where we had zero visibility until about like 500 feet above the ground. That was a different video. I'll leave that down in the comment section so you guys can go check it out. That was very, very fun. Alright, so after the 10,000 feet point, we're going to descend all the way down to, I think, about 2,500 feet. Yeah, that was the glide slope capture altitude. So we're going to have to do a little bit of self-vectoring there as well. Oh, we have some more clouds coming down under this layer. 11,300 feet. There we go. Let's see what the icing situation looks like. Yeah, it's still persisting. Nothing we can do about it. That's alright. Wow, look at that. That looks beautiful. Oh, why is this happening? Alright, let's descend down to 250 knots. And I'll also go ahead and take 2,500 feet here and set that to managed descent. Let's see what we can do here. So reduce down to 250 knots. Why are we taking a full left turn here? What's going on, simulator? What's happening here? Alright, I'm going to have to control the heading myself as well. Okay, so basically now I'm going to have to control everything about this aircraft myself. Because the aircraft itself seems to be going berserk on me right now. That's alright. Alright. Heading is selected. We are down to 250 knots. We're past 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and engage the landing lights. As well as the wing light can come on. We can ding the cabin to tell them that we are at that phase of flight, and they can begin readying the cabin for arrival into the airport. Yeah, we have to start coming in at a lower speed as well, so I'm going to get us down to about 230 knots here. Oh my god. So finicky. Alright. There we go. We can also turn right a little bit more so that we have a better bank angle when we're coming into the glide slope capture. We'll get it landing system turned on both sides as well. And why aren't we descending here? I'll go ahead and descend on my own rate here. Maybe 2,000 feet per minute seems to be good. There we go. Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, we're about 18 nautical miles away from that Charlie Foxtrot 01 Lima waypoint where we're supposed to be 2,500 feet. So at around this point in our route, I'll go ahead and take a left turn and we'll come back and circle around to get established on that localizer. So yeah, we're about 18.1 nautical miles away from the airport, and we're moving away from it as we speak. But yeah, as all good things go, you have to move away from them to get closer to them. So romantic. Alright. Yeah, we really aren't descending under this cloud layer, and I'm kind of getting worried here. 2,000 feet per minute. Maybe a little bit more rate of descent. 2,500 feet per minute. Maybe that'll do the trick. Why are we increasing our speed? Maybe we need some speed brakes. There we go. Let's get those out. Still doesn't seem to be enough. Alright, let's get some more speed brake. Let's go full. Let's extend the lever of shame. How unfortunate. Let's also go to 165, maybe. So we can do a proper base leg turn. Left base leg turn. Alright, glide slope seems to be coming back, but we're not really worried about that at the moment anyway. Our speed is definitely concerning. I don't know why we're not slipping below 250 knots here. We're maintaining around about 258 knots, which isn't good. Alright, 5,700 feet. We're close enough to the transition altitude. Let's go ahead and select 1025 on the QNH. And yeah, let's lower our rate of descent as well. 2,000 feet per minute should be okay. Do we see some scenery down there? Yeah, we do. Look at that. We have some terrain down there. But the cloud layer seems to be very, very low, so we're not going to be seeing much scenery as we come in. But yeah, this does look splendid. Look at that. Look at that. That's a screenshot right there. There we go. Also need some lighting here in the flight deck. That looks better. Okay, so we can start taking that left turn here very soon. And yeah, let's reduce our speed down to 210 knots. I don't think the sim is understanding how much we need to slow down at this point. Okay, we'll take that left turn now. Here we go. Do we have some lights down there? I wouldn't be surprised. Is it snowy? I don't know if the terrain was snowy the last time I saw it. No, it wasn't, right? We saw green down there. Green can't mean it's snowy. I don't think it's snowing. Let's go continue that left turn here. There we go. And there we go. Now our speed's starting to come down. Let's get all the way down to 200 knots here. 2,500 feet above the terrain. And yeah, let's get the range down here as well. And let's continue this left turn all the way to Charlie 0, whatever that waypoint is. Charlie Foxtrot 01 Lima. There we go. And we'll get the localizer as soon as it's available. 200 feet. Let's go ahead and get the speed brakes in. In fact, let's go ahead and arm them. And yeah, we seem to be doing fine now. I don't want to overshoot the localizer. We don't have too much distance here between the start of this waypoint and the runway itself. So we're also going to go ahead and take care of some other residual tasks, like runway turnoffs can come on, nose light can come to takeoff mode. Yeah, so we have nothing to do on the overhead panel. Everything looks good on the overhead panel. The probe and window heat, anti-ice lights are all on, which means that all those systems are working as intended. Auto brake is low. Landing system is turned on. We are about 17.2 nautical miles away from the actual runway. And we're traveling very, very slowly towards that waypoint over there. So everything seems to be looking good at the moment. Yeah, I think we slowed down a little bit too much. I think we overcorrected for that. That's alright. I told you guys in the previous episode how rusty I was. I haven't actually flown this aircraft in 40 days. So, yeah, it'll come back to me. I'll get a real sense of speed and stuff like that as time progresses. Yeah, that looks beautiful. We're maintaining altitude. We should have a decent picture of the scenery. Look at those dispersed clouds over there in the distance. Wow. Yeah, this was a very beautiful arrival, all in all. And the performance seems to be absolutely splendid. Obviously, it's going to be lower than what we were getting higher up, because we had the simulators having to draw more stuff. But yeah, it's buttery smooth. I don't want to speak too soon, but it is buttery smooth at the moment. There we go. Let's also take a more of a left turn, trying to join that localizer there. On that Charlie Foxtrot 01 left. Not left, Lima waypoint. And let's also take flap 1, just to be prepared. Flap 1 can come. There we go. Slats are being extended. Perfect. Let's continue the left turn. We really want to just like head into that waypoint. Let's go ahead and take the range down to 10 nautical miles now, just so we have a better picture. Let's continue that left turn down to around about 038. Yeah, 038 should be okay. I should be getting that localizer here quickly as well. There we go. Let's see what we see down there. Nothing as of yet. Oh yeah, now we see some stuff. It's not snowy, which is good. So these guys are enjoying a little bit of dry weather down there. Should be snowing today, according to the METAR and weather reports that I'm seeing. Some pretty low clouds. These guys are probably craving the sun, from what I can tell. In Scandinavian countries, the sunset happens so quickly and the sunrise happens so late in these winter months that it's actually... I don't know how it doesn't get depressing for these guys. But I guess if you're born in the sort of climactic conditions, then you kind of get used to it. Oh well, regardless. Okay, 2,500 feet. Come on, I'm looking for this localizer to start coming alive here. Okay. Come on. Come on, give me the localizer. You know you want to. You want me to take another left turn here? Nah, I should be getting it. Should be getting it just about pretty quickly here. Yeah, glide slope's coming. Come on, localizer. Don't do me like that. Alright, I'll give you a little bit of help. I'll start turning you in the right direction here. There we go. You like that? There we go. Localizer is armed. Glide slope is starting to come down. Let's go ahead and take flap 2, gear down. And let's get the speed down to 170 knots. There we go. And now both the lateral as well as the vertical components of the landing should be taken care of by the aircraft's automatic systems themselves. All good. So now all we need to do is extend the flaps at the right time and continue reducing our speed as we get closer to the runway. We're about 7.3 nautical miles away. And we're doing fine. So let's get down to 160 knots here. Ooh, look at that. We can see the reflection of the lights on the clouds in front of us. That looks good. Look at that. Yeah, looks fantastic. Alright, flaps, once we have them to full, cabin is ready, so let's give them a chime. There we go. That's the cabin chime. And let's go ahead and take 150 knots. Flap 3. Ooh, are we getting some performance drops here? Yeah, we're getting some performance drops. No, it's coming back now. 37 frames per second. Yeah. That's alright. Hopefully it isn't too laggy when we get close to the ground here. There we go. Let's take full flap and hand all speed-related controls over to autopilot. Is the approach frames armed? No, it's not. So let's go ahead and also activate the approach phase here. And now the aircraft can take care of the speed-related aspects. Oh, look at that. You can also hear the Category 3 ILS landing approach marker. And let's go ahead and do a cabin check. Cabin crew seats for landing. Alright, let's get rid of the FPS counter and let's just wait till we see the runway. Hopefully we do. There is no auto land capability within this aircraft, so I'm in no mood to do a go around. So according to the METAR information, the clouds extend till about 1,300 feet, and we're at about 1,100. So that METAR report is sort of wrong. Yeah, we should be able to see the runway in just about a second here, though. We're still 2.5 nautical miles away. Yeah. I want to be able to see it right about now, actually. Yeah, we have very little visibility. We can see some cars going down there on the freeway. We have some residential building over there. Where's the runway, though? Please give me the runway. Oh my god, I have zero visibility in front of us. This is scary. Okay, there's the runway. I see the runway lights, but I still have no indication of where I'm supposed to go. We're landing in the blind here. Where's the pappies? I have no pappies. Okay, I have the pappies. Alright, disconnecting the autopilot and my aircraft. And we're coming in from the right here a little bit, so let's correct for that. We have a 6-knot wind coming from 340 degrees. Alright, yeah. Approach marker sounds are active. Minimums. Landing. Alright, 2 reds, 2 whites.
50, 40, 30, 20,
retarding the thrust levers. There we go. Nice little crab. Little bounce. That's alright. Reversers armed. Maintain that center line. There we go. Beautiful touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call landing in the blind and still doing fine. That rhymed for no reason. Alright. 80 knots. Reversers are stowed. And welcome to Stockholm Arlanda International Airport, ladies and gentlemen. 60 knots. Let's take over manual braking. There we go. Let's vacate right on the next exit we have here. Here we go. Let's slow ourselves down. Here we go. 35 knots. Maybe down to about, yeah, a little bit below 30 knots should be just fine. Let's go ahead and take landing lights off. Nose light to taxi. Let's leave the runway turn off on. Yeah, let's slow ourselves down a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's continue that right turn here as well. And strobe light can come to auto. Wing light can come off. APU can come on. And as mentioned before, we're going to be taking this right turn and trekking all the way till that Alpha Bravo terminal. Beautiful landing, guys. Very cloudy conditions here. As you guys can see, the sun is beaming off those clouds and creating that weird ripple effect over there in the distance. But yeah, that was beautiful. What else can we do here? We can get rid of the anti-ice systems, no longer need them. Get the dome light up and running so we have some more visibility. And we can also go ahead and get rid of all these systems on the flight control unit up in front of us. There we go. And let me take a look at the charts real quick to see where we're supposed to take a left here. So it's actually the next left, so we got that right. Apron Alpha Bravo, which is right here. So it's going to be a relatively short taxi here as well. Slow ourselves down. There we go. That was beautiful. That was almost heart-wrenching until the end because I couldn't see the PAPI lights whatsoever. And why is there grass in the middle of the taxi? Is this supposed to be grass or what is it supposed to be? I'm pretty sure this is grass. Let's also take the flaps in here. There we go. Oh well, whatever. And we're supposed to take a right here? Yeah, and we're supposed to go to the other side of this terminal thing. Yeah. Gate 5 Alpha is supposed to be on the other side, right about here. So, there we go. And we can cut across this little thing and go straight. Let's get rid of the runway turn-off lights. Strobe light can come off completely now. And taxi light can stay on. That's okay. APU is still coming on. What's the status on that? Let me check. APU page. Flap open. 92% on the APU N1. So, should be coming on in just a minute or two. Yeah, let's take a left here and park up. Slow down. What's the time? 1:36. Yeah, we arrived right on time. The Rio plane arrives at around 1:38, so we're 2 minutes early. That's good. And let's switch over to this external view. Let's get rid of the taxi light. There's no marshaller, but just good habit. Oh, not takeoff. There we go. So let's take a right here. Oh, I think I overshot that turn quite a bit there. That's all right. Let's give it a little bit more thrust. Are you going to move now? What's happened? Are we becoming a fat slob again? Not good. There we go. Let's continue. There we go. And let's continue going straight. Let's not push it. We want the jetway connection. Oh, we stopped completely there. Continue moving in front. Now we can do this from this view, actually. There we go. And there we go. Come to a stop. Parking brake set. APU is up and running. Let's get the APU bleed on. And let's get the engines all turned off. There we go. Oh, whoa. I guess this is an automatic feature that wasn't available before. Let's go ahead and continue that. And let's get rid of the seatbelt signs so the passengers can disembark the aircraft. Let's get the beacon light off. What's the N2? Yeah, N2 is below 25%. The beacon light can come off. And get the fuel pumps all off. And let's get the pushback plug-in tool to get the jetway activated here. As soon as it activates. Are we good? There we go. Jetway. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that was that. Beautiful flight from, very short flight actually, supposed to be around 50 minutes, but the flight that I was looking at, this specific flight that happened today, the Scandinavian Airlines 868, it actually was delayed. So it took about 1 hour, 18 minutes. But in real life, the actual flight during normal operations only takes about 50 minutes. So a very short flight, very beautiful cloud structures that we had in the cruise phase of flight, as well as the landing, which was very heart-wrenching. We had to do a little bit of self-vectoring at the end to establish ourselves on the localizer and glide slope. But overall, a very fun challenge and a great comeback to YouTube that I had. More such videos you can expect very soon. So if you guys want to see a specific route that you want me to fly with this aircraft or any other aircraft made, be X-Plane 11 or Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, leave it down in the comment section below. I will be sure to reply to you guys and even oblige to your request if it is feasible for me to do so. Aircraft Dissected videos should be coming out more regularly and more sort of promptly here in the future. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, please make sure to give this video a big fat like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you guys want more flight simulation content. Be sure to hit that that bell icon right next to the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any future content that I'm posting on this channel. And thanks for flying by.